Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Education Smeducation, the podcast where we talk about school and stuff. What a run with so much great feedback from everybody. The cards, the letters have come into headquarters, and we love hearing it. So last week, let's just run down who we've had so far. We've had someone who went to a very similar school that I did. We've had someone who's in the same school that I am right now. We had someone who played a teacher. This week, I think this I would consider Ricarlo in a very weird way a classmate of mine.
Yeah.
Yes, not literally. we didn't go to any of the same schools at all, but we started comedy together.
Oh, okay.
We started comedy, and we learned together. We did a lot of things together. We have been to certain states together. Ohio, inebriation. We've been to these states together.
States of inebriation.
Many times. We've been to inebriation many times.
But the night before Ricarlo recorded his album, he was like a little bit nervous. And we did a show in Milford, Michigan at Zach Martinez's workplace. And I said to Ricarlo, you know what? If you're nervous, just get drunk. And then not realizing that, I was like 20 at the time, not realizing that most people, when they get drunk the next day, is just an anxiety nightmare. Now, my hangovers the next day are just like everything I've ever done wrong pops into my head.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ricarlo Flanagan's here. Thank you so much for doing this, buddy.
Oh, man, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Thanks for doing it. So we were in Michigan when we met. Why were you in Michigan? Because you're a Cleveland fellow.
Yeah, born and raised Cleveland, Ohio. But what happened was my father actually had got stationed in Michigan, and he had always wanted me to finish college. So he had made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I ended up moving in with him and finishing school.
So he made you an offer you couldn't refuse. He put a horse in your bed, and he shined up his pinky ring, and he made you. Yeah. So you were in when we met. Then you were in college, or?
Yeah. I had actually, when we met, I probably had finished because I had been there. All I needed was 2 years, and I had been there for about 2 years or so when I had met you, and I think I met you in either Ypsilanti or Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
After I stared that horse directly in the face, which I don't know if you've ever stared a horse's head dead in the face. It convince you of anything. So
the horse is probably the most convincing animal in the animal kingdom.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because a horse will kick you with no hesitation whatsoever. So that I believe that just knowing that alone, you're gonna do whatever the horse wants. You know what I mean?
If you had to pick a part on your body where a horse would kick you, what would you go with?
Ooh.
Oh, right to the chest. The horse is going right to the chest.
You want the horse to kick you in the chest?
Say that again?
You want the horse to kick you in the chest. You get to choose.
Yeah, because anything else is all bad. Yeah. In the face, that's all bad.
Definitely not
nuts, that's even worse. You what about the knee? You imagine a horse kicking your knee to the other side of your leg? Oh my God. No.
I think that horse would put you in a wheelchair if he kicked you in the knee.
For sure. All right, you know what? There's a lot of thought that went into that. I appreciate that answer.
I think you go center mass. I definitely think you go center mass on something like that.
Horse, dude, think about how powerful a horse runs fast. I'm talking horses are so fast that they had to tame them and use them for transportation for centuries.
Yeah.
So that's a powerful animal. So anything, although you're definitely going to suffer great injury if a horse kicks you anywhere, but the chest is kind of where you could possibly survive. You might survive. You might.
I was thinking the hand. I was just saying, kick me in the hand or the arm. I'll lose an arm.
No way.
No, man. No way.
You lose an arm versus being knocked back.
If it kicks, it could stop your heart. What if it hits you so hard that your heart stops?
This stop your heart nonsense. Get out of here. It'll stop your heart. You know what stops my heart? Seeing a pretty gal walk into the bar. You know what stops my heart? The thought of one day being a father, Ken. Not a horse kicking me, you know?
Oh, my heart just skipped when you said that, actually.
Yeah. Do you think I'd be a good dad?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Really?
Reluctant.
Why?
As reluctant as you are, you probably would just be like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Well, I think this teaching thing is like, I feel like it's like becoming a dad to 20 kids at a time.
Yeah, for sure. Half of those kids definitely.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. I think you would be like a great wrestling dad. I see you as like a wrestling dad for sure.
Okay.
Wrestling, like all the odd sports for sure. See you wrestling, lacrosse. I can see you being a great lacrosse dad for sure.
Love that. Ugh.
You would also be a great when the kid turns 21, then you'll turn into a great beer dad.
Yeah.
Beer dad.
Oh yeah. I think I could be a great beer dad yesterday. I think I'm already a great beer dad.
Already Hall of Fame.
Already one of the best.
Hall of Fame ballot one.
Oh my God. Ken, I have to ask you this. This is something that I've been asking all of my buddies with kids. Your son is 2 years old right now,
2 years
Ken?
old, yeah, 2.
What do you have a special name for butts or farts?
Nah, just farts.
Okay.
Yeah. My son said poop today. So that was a pretty joyous moment in our household.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mal's brother drew a very thick line in the sand. Mm-hmm. And he said we say tushy. We're a tushy household. We call them tushies. Don't not say tushy. It has to be tushy.
That's weird.
And it's what a weird thing to be like. This is my mark that I'm leaving. So, Rick, you're pre-college. You're going up in Cleveland. You're in, for lack of a better term, and these are your words, not mine. You're in the hood, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
what's going to school like in that situation?
It's really just, you just imagine school without all the cool shit in it, with a bunch of cool stuff in it, but not all the cool stuff that you find out happens later in different school districts. So, there's no cool football field. Like our football field is probably 20 yards shorter than a normal football field.
That can't be true.
It's 20 yards shorter. I guarantee you.
Only 80 yards in Cleveland.
It's an 80
We're like, we don't have the money for that extra turf, so we're just gonna
touchdown. We don't have the space.
They're like, are you kidding me? We're gonna lease some more land? Nah, we'll just
no way.
Sure. Hey, look,
not in this neighborhood.
Yeah. You're gonna break all the running records easily.
Yeah.
Easy.
In other news, an 11-year-old just ran an 8.5 in the 100 yesterday.
Yeah. Short and 40. Somehow, some way. It's the quickest 40-yard dash. Yeah. That was the easy 40-yard dash. So you had that. Then you had, we didn't have the sexiest textbook, all our textbooks. And keep in mind, though, too, this is in the, when I'm a kid. So in high school, so you're talking the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's, if you had friends that even went like I would say a neighborhood over, Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, because you have in Cleveland, you have schools that have some legendary football programs.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So those schools are technologically advanced to the point where if you come from where I come from, I went to John F. Kennedy. You go to Glenville, which is basically like Ohio State's farm school. Mm-hmm.
It's like, and these are like schools that I know just from being like a college football fan.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So Ted Ginn Jr., you know him. He came from Glenville. His father runs that program. You know, you go to that school and it's amazing. It's, you know, there's that sweet grass, you know, there's the school name cut into the grass with the bushes, you know. We didn't have that. We didn't even have grass at John F. Kennedy. The grass was in the back. It was in the back.
Grass was in the back.
Yeah.
They treated you guys like livestock. Like, just go to if you need grass, just go to the back, eat it, whatever you need to do out there.
You really only saw the grass if you ran track or played football. You didn't just go, you know, to the grass. You know what I mean?
So, also, I'm on John F. Kennedy High School's website right now. Have you seen it recently? They remodeled it. It looks lovely.
Yes. Recently, they actually moved the location of the school.
Okay.
So it was on a street called Lee Road, which actually is more of a busy metropolitan type area. So it actually belongs over there and should have been nice in that area. But they took it further down the street, and it's actually so much nicer because I'm pretty sure at some point the parents were like, yo, there's no way this school needs to be the same school it was in 1923. We need to upgrade this school. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we just need to.
That's kind of what happened to my school too. Very different situation. Like, we were a football factory as well, but my first 2 years it was in Redford, which is like right on the other side of 8 Mile, like a stone's throw from the city of Detroit. You know, whatever. Yeah. And it was like this old rotting school. And then my junior year, they built a whole new building. And the whole school moved to Novi, which is we live. The school was in the same zip code as you guys remember Dre Bly, NFL quarterback Dre Bly?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the Lions at the time, and he lived like a block away. And Nick Lidstrom, who's a Red Wing, lived a block away. And it like went from this like, hey, we're the tough Catholic kid school to you see all of our nice things and it's lovely and it really like it does a world of difference just being a different surrounding like that. And I'm sure these, you know, I'm sure the kids there are doing much better just to have all this stuff. But what did you like get out of going to high school in that situation? Like, do you think you gained any certain skills or what'd you get out of it?
So they had an architecture program, and that opened my mind to what architecture was. It really kind of made me aware of the process of building things. And then they had I had a good, it was after school. It was like a drama program, like an English program. So that person introduced me to acting a little bit and poetry. And we had a good broadcast program. So I learned how to run like a news. Like I used to do the camera for the school news in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was stuff there, but you know, just keep in mind this is still in the 90s using the same equipment they had in 1981. You know what I mean? So
you're recording to VHS tapes.
Yes, those morning school graphics were quite trash. Let's be honest. Those were straight up that was just Pac-Man and whatever the first game on Atari was. That bar
it's like Pong, but the news for sure.
Yeah. Very He-Man, Warrior, Flash Gordon type graphics.
Yeah.
That. Although that stuff was pretty cool,
Oh, for sure. I'm sure that blew your mind in '96.
Oh man, you kidding me? I was like, this is great. We really doing something here. We got a whole news network, Then
we're gonna make it in Hollywood.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. This is I'm making it. I'm about to be famous on it. Then you watch the news, of course, and you see, oh, they don't even do this anymore.
None of it. Yeah. So are you rapping at this time too? Well, I should also mention Rick is a very talented MC. The album is out now?
Yeah, it's available. I haven't put it on streaming services, the entire album. I'm selling it on either Bandcamp or you can get it from me directly just because I want to create awareness because sometimes it'll just sit on streaming services. And also, they pay you
Jack shit.
0.96% of a penny, basically. Yeah. So, what's the point? I don't want to waste it on streaming services just yet.
For sure. Yeah. It's fantastic, by the way. I listened to it the other day. While I do the thing, the only time I listen to music, because I don't drive anymore, hardly ever, I listen to music when I'm playing FIFA. That's when I get it. That's when I make it happen. And great record. But when you're in high school, is that when you started rapping?
Yeah. That's when I kind of discovered it. Like I would actually say 8th grade, because I had two friends. One is Daniel Jackson and Marquise Williams. Shout out to them. They used to always rap in the morning. Like, when we was young, we was doing stuff we shouldn't be doing. We missed homeroom because we was, I wasn't smoking weed as of yet, but they was smoking weed early. They was smoking weed early.
The statute of limitations is up on that, by the way, Rick. You can admit you smoked weed.
I'm so used to not telling the whole truth.
Telling on everybody.
It's totally fine. Listen, that's an odd difference between having a white guest and a black guest, because we had Ben Roy on last week, who's a white gentleman, and he was like, "Yeah, we were burning things. I was lighting off fireworks. I was skipping school to smoke pot and get hammered." And Rick's just like, "I didn't do anything wrong 20 years ago."
And truthfully, I did everything wrong 20 years.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Come on, buddy.
Oh my God, everything. Yeah, but those are the guys who like really kind of made me get serious. So, I used to like lie to them and tell them I was in a group and we was going to the studio all the time just to like, just to be cool with them.
Hang out. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it turned, and then I just kind of, I caught the bug. Like once I started really listening to, because I grew up a Jehovah's Witness too. So
yeah,
I couldn't really listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't know about it until then. So I missed a whole era of music, and my first introduction to rap was in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I came in like Nas.
Yeah, that's arguably one of the best eras of hip hop, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That was like, it was no longer I'm going to go to the park and play some basketball. It was no longer that.
I'm hanging out with all my friends.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been interested if it was that. If it was, I like to eat steak. Cider, grapes on the plate. Whatever it is. Whatever they say.
I tuck my napkin into my shirt. I dunk so hard, make your ears hurt.
Right.
I was like, that. It's amazing that no white guy started rapping in the mid '80s, because that's when it was almost an even playing field.
Yeah, for real. That was an opportunity that y'all missed. For sure.
Really was. Could have stolen that too, but waited on it.
Y'all waited too long to try to hop on that train. Y'all definitely should have got on there.
Marshall. Should have done it, buddy.
Yeah.
I played. We went to go see Die Hard at the drive-in last week, and I was like getting pumped up for it. So I put on "Christmas in Hollis" by Run DMC because it's in the movie, and we listened to some other Run DMC songs, and Mallory, my girlfriend, was like, "When did rap get good?" I was like, first off, they're the kings of rock, so show a little respect. Second off, 93.
Yeah, 93 was when it really got it. It became more art. It was just more art. It was, because it got deeper. It got deeper. They got a hold of deeper poets, Nas, they got a hold of a 17-year-old Nasir Jones, and that changed everything. Rakim, though. I'm
gonna say Rakim, yeah.
Rakim, he was good. He was special. You know what I mean?
A couple gentlemen from Staten Island that I think started making something happen in '93.
Yeah, man. The Almighty Wu-Tang. Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember the first time you heard rap music? Like, do you remember the song that you heard?
Ooh.
Yes, believe it or not. It was Black Sheep, The Choice Is Yours. I heard it in the car. Ironically, I was out in field service, so I was knocking on people's doors with watchtowers in the wake. And we would, between riding to the next street that we was going to go on to preach, he would have a radio on, and I heard that, and I couldn't believe. No, as a matter of fact, he had a tape. It wasn't a radio, it was a tape, because I kept playing it over and over because I just couldn't believe how good it sounded. That the way it was just structured. That's like the Black Sheep, this and that. That's like one of the Choice Is Yours, right? That's one of the most perfect songs like ever created, because it's just really interesting. Boom, 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 boom. It just starts off. It just kind of draws you in. Who's the black sheep? Where's the black sheep? And then, they got the hook. Come on, and the beat, and you just like, oh shit, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't stop. Once I found out what that was, I was too young to really go buy my own tapes and stuff like that. So I just had to find out where that was. So I had friends who had it. So I just kept listening to it nonstop, over and over. And I just wow.
Did it wear out the ribbon on the tape player?
Oh, I've broken many tapes, and that was one of the first ones that I definitely wore. I couldn't believe it. It was new, and it was something it spoke to me. I related to it right away. You know what I'm saying? Cause my mom is a real conservative person, so she wants me to listen to, Michael Jackson, the New Edition or something like that. That was cool, no disrespect, but Black Sheep, that's when I was oh.
It's another planet,
Oh yeah, woke my brain up, bro. I probably could feel it tingling all in my head. You know what I mean? You ever see Black Panther? They pour that vibranium. You see all different sections of it. Yeah, I think that's what the effect rap music had on it. It just woke me up.
Yeah, I love that. You mentioned a couple of times now that you grew up being a Jehovah's Witness. I think everyone who's going to listen to this is going to be very fascinated by that, which is why we're not going to talk about it at all. What's that like? Just what happened? How do you leave? What's the whole fucking?
Is it like a gang? Is it blood in, blood out? That?
What's the situation with that in school?
That's a very, serious religion. That's it's heavy stuff. So
they are very hard.
I had to go to school. Now keep in mind, and I'm in the hood too. So, I'm going to school with a brochure called School in Jehovah's Witnesses, which basically I was supposed to give to every one of my teachers, which was to outline how we're supposed to behave in class and also what we're not supposed to partake in. So right away, I got a snitch on myself that I can't partake in holidays and stuff like that. So imagine being in elementary school and they giving out cookies and, ice cream and stuff for all the holidays, but I got to go sit in the corner because the teacher, they're like, I got to respect this, because you imagine being a teacher, just how much your ass is on the line, period, for, with just dealing with kids or not respecting the wishes of their parents. So
yeah,
that right there with, people
and no birthdays either, right? Not just holidays, no birthdays.
No holidays, no birthdays, nothing that, is normal in society. So, and I was a wild kid too. So I had a teacher named Mr. Wade in 6th grade. He shot himself cleaning the gun out. He got shot in the throat. So he would talk like this. And so
shot himself in the throat, didn't die.
No, he was a tough, Mr. Wade was probably one of the toughest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
I would say every Mr. Wade that I've met has been a fucking tough titanium, vibranium built person though. That. Yeah, Mr. You don't get that name. That name is given to you. You don't you earn that name.
Did he wear a lot of turtlenecs?
Yes. And suit jackets. He was serious. He was in the war, he was an Army guy. He was a military guy. So that, anybody that's in the military, that's how they carry themselves throughout life. Everything.
That's how my old man was. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Everything you do is, my dad is a military guy.
Your dad's still in, right?
Yeah. No. He retired finally.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank God. But he's still, that's still very much ingrained in him. But
I mean, you do something the same way for that amount of years, it's really tough to not do it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless of what it is.
Yeah, you know, and you know, the things that they are sworn to secrecy about, so they know stuff we don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's a very intriguing life to say the least. But he was one of those guys too. Like I brought him the book at the beginning of the school year, and the book outlined how my behavior was supposed to be. And so any time that I did something stupid in class, which I definitely was, you know, I was definitely doing everything stupid in class throughout my whole school career, from first grade to the end until I got out. But he would say, "Oh, blue book, you don't act nothing like that blue book. Everything in that blue book, you do the exact opposite of what's in that blue book." So he had the whole school calling me blue book.
The whole class called you blue book?
Whole class and everybody in school. And I was in 8th grade at the time. No, I was in 6th grade. He was my 6th grade teacher. And we went to Benjamin Franklin, which was on the west side. So we got bused out there.
Okay.
And you know, so we would have like integrated classes. We would have gym with other classes and other mods or whatever. So they would tell them matter of fact, I had won this free throw contest. I hit 9 out of 10 free throws, right? And when I hit the last shot, the dude was like, I saw one of the kids whisper to the gym teacher. And he was like, "Oh, blue balls," you know. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, blue book. That's so fucking great.
Dude, it was crazy. It's crazy. That's the thing about getting older, because you forget about all that stuff, and then
for sure.
When the moment comes, you know, it floods back, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I remember this crazy part of my life when everything was so confusing." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Wow.
So this is just a basketball story, but like it's a thing that I hadn't thought about for, you know, almost 20 years. That came back up recently. In 7th grade, I was on the basketball team. I was the same height I am now, so I played center.
Okay.
I'm 5'7", by the way.
Tumbo. You were Tumbo in that time.
Yeah, I was wagging fingers. I was doing the whole thing.
You were telling inaudible stories. Who wants to go in there with me?
Yeah, and they're like, "Mike, that's a very racist voice."
Yeah,
you shouldn't do
all
that.
Wonder why his voice is like that. His voice is really.
Yeah.
I
was like, "I'm Mutombo, you guys." They're like, "Yeah, shut up." It was Mike Tumbo. Anyway, don't laugh at that. You're better than that, Ricardo.
This
Ken's
episode
not so sure about you, but Rick definitely is.
Yeah, I just you saying it is just I had to laugh.
I appreciate it. So it's so it's I'm 7th grade. I'm on the basketball team. I'm playing center, and I usually would wear a T-shirt under my jersey because I'm self-conscious about everything in my life. As a 5'7", 12-year-old. But one game, I don't wear a shirt under my jersey, and I'm standing. I foul a kid pretty early in the game because I have 5 to give, and that's one of the main reasons I'm out there. And I put my hands up, standing on the side on the free throw line, on the side of the box, and the ref comes over to me, and he says, "Hey, kid, you probably don't want to put your arms up that much. You've got a lot of pit hair."
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
That's so fucking messed up.
Yeah, you don't say that to a kid, bro.
No, you don't. You really don't.
First of all, that's like a badge of honor as like a 12-year-old. Are you serious?
Oh my God. 100%. That's the only thing that I was like, that I felt good about. It's like, I got pit hair first. I got a hairy nutsack. That's one thing I can do.
Yeah.
Don't worry that I have a ton of acne and I get very scared around girls. And I can't stop fucking sweating for no reason.
I'm sure he didn't have pit hair.
That's why he was mad about it.
That's a good spin.
He attacked you for sure.
That's a great spin.
You know what I mean?
The great spin. Yeah, you got a lot of pit hair. We don't want to see it. I'm like, fuck you.
He was projecting. He was jealous of a young O'Keefe.
Yeah.
A young, nubile, hairy O'Keefe. He was upset. That you
pulling down 13 boards and 2 points a game. I was a real guy back then.
Yeah,
just
man.
disrespecting Mike Mutombo. Just so.
Yeah, man. You should find him. You should email him.
I will.
Yeah. Find him on Snapchat and just send him a Snapchat going, no.
Just meet with his mom in the background. Just, no.
Make sure your armpit hair is visible when you swing.
I'll do it. I'll be shirtless and I'll put my arm like this and then I'll go, no.
Yes.
Come around with it.
Yeah. Reminder. Here's a reminder.
Yeah. So do you remember like what kind of stuff was in this blue book?
Yeah. Okay. So
other than like the prices of cars, I'm sorry.
It was the Kelly blue book that I brought to school. And my blue book value was $2,500. No,
that's not bad.
Pretty good.
Which is pretty high for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So
a rowdy, rambunctious 12-year-old, I think that's a very good price.
Yeah.
Always talking shit, always got something crazy to say in class, in the middle of class. Is the way was not happy at all.
And you were obviously acting out because your home life was this crazy religion. Do you think?
Yeah, that it was a combination of that and just going from a quiet home with just me and my mother, to her get married, and then she married a guy who was addicted to alcohol. So it was just wild times in that house. Yeah. So just kind of, and you don't realize this until much later. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no clue why I was always in so much trouble, and but it was because of the structure of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When kids are doing crazy stuff, none of them have the self-awareness to be like, oh, I'm doing this because my mom's a jerk. Like that would be so insane for a kid to say.
Right, exactly. Which it depends, because you would meet kids who knew, because they were basically like, why they were so tired all the time because they was up all night because their moms was on drugs. Because you got to remember too, this is the crack era. This is like post crack era. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of parents on drugs, a lot of just alcohol, and they never talk about this, but just the most poisonous alcohol on the corner of every store in every neighborhood, except when you hit that line in the suburbs. You can't get, Cobra beer. You can't get a 40 ounce of Cobra anywhere in the suburbs.
You can't get Steel Reserve, anything.
No. Yo, I saw some Steel Reserve in Burbank the other day, and I was like, what?
Like, is it hip now? Like,
you were like, oh, this neighborhood is downhill. This neighborhood is downhill. I'm about to sell.
I have to leave. Yeah.
And in the neighborhood I was living in Burbank, because I'm in North Hollywood now, which is like right on the border. But the neighborhood I was living in, I would hear arguments every night. Every night I'm hearing arguments. I'm like, yep, that's how it starts. That's Steel Reserve, baby. They start drinking that Steel Reserve. Next thing you know, Linda's a whore. So.
Well, it's Steel Reserve is also a nickel for a 27-ounce can.
Yes.
Like the pricing on Steel Reserve is insane.
The return on the can is more than the cost of that.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
That is literally the most poisonous beverage you can have.
Yeah.
Steel Reserve. They got 4 Locos in there. They got So in my era in Cleveland, Wild Irish Rose and Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God. Woo.
That was the move right there. Mad Dog 2020. You know what I'm saying?
That they had Mad Dog 2020 in they started carrying it my freshman year at Michigan State in Quality Dairy, which is like a 7-Eleven that's just in the middle of Michigan. Right. And then by the end of it, enough kids had gotten alcohol poisoning from it that they stopped selling it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're saying, oh, it's blue. It tastes like Slurpee that's been melted.
Yeah.
We can't sell. These 18-year-old kids are gonna die.
Yo, that is the most amazing thing to me. It's literally like it tastes like a popsicle.
Yeah,
it's like a liquid popsicle, and they but it has the highest alcohol content. Like you can smell it when you open the glass container. You can smell it coming out. Like your lungs are gonna be like, what is this on me right now?
Mad Dog, really? It's good? I've always thought it was disgusting by the way it looks. I've never had it.
You drink it quick and you put it on ice. It's fine.
It's sweet. It's just sweet. It's sweet.
Very sweet.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's anything sweet you can drink. Like I drink Angry Orchard and Fireballs because I can get drunk really quickly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's sweet. You can get drunk really quickly like that. So that's in your neighborhood. So not only are it's teenagers, because I remember being a kid and being able to buy alcohol from the corner store in my neighborhood. But these corner stores are ran by Arabic people who would come to the country and they were running stores. They had stores tax free, so they had a store on every corner in every neighborhood. So it's like you can see the evidence is there. It's clear what's going on. So that's the environment. But to answer your question from earlier, what was in the blue book was just basically an outline of how I should behave as a kid. So, and what they should do if they see me acting anything opposite of what's in that book. Also, what the instructions were, why we didn't celebrate Christmas or anything else. And, it was just like it was real corporate, actually. It was kind of like a corporate brochure. It was like when you first got hired.
Like an HR situation.
Yeah, for sure. It was like literally like that was HR for Jehovah's Witnesses. It was a blue book, and take this with your kids. Now, I shout out all the Jehovah's Witnesses who really didn't send their kids to school with that book, because some of them were like, come on, man, we're not doing this. Like, you just behave on your own. I don't need to send an instruction manual on how to handle a child Jehovah's Witness. I don't think that's appropriate. But my mom was just real gung ho. To this day, she sent me something this morning that she wanted me to read. But and I feel bad because I never really read anything my mother sends me. I'm just not a part of that anymore. It was as far as the procedure of the religion. I believe in the spiritual aspect of it, but that's where it ends for me. I'm not about to partake in any of the ritual per se, or I just don't feel obligated to do that. You know what I mean? So
I get it,
but
for sure.
That's her dream. She wanted me to come back and shave my beard off and be unhappy, whatever.
My mom lights a candle once a week for me to come back to Catholicism, and it's just not. I love my mom to death. She's the greatest. It's not gonna happen, man. It's just not. It's not gonna happen.
Does it need to? Why does it need to? It was good for you. Just because it's good for you doesn't mean it's good for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It shouldn't be good for everybody. That's what makes the world so great. We'll be back after these messages.
A word from our sponsor.
Hey, this is Jehovah. Come on down and witness me. Got a lot of people knocking out doors trying to commute. Did you have to? You said earlier you had to go knock on people's doors. What's that like? And why? I guess it's my question.
Well, okay, so I'll answer that in reverse. So why is because it's the way you spread the good news, which is, basically our main job is just to spread the word about what's going to happen to the earth. The earth will be a paradise one day, but you have to become aware that you have to do what is necessary for you to make it to paradise, which is to, follow along and be in accordance with God's will.
Okay.
So now you're asking me, what was it like? Well, once again, I'm living in a dangerous neighborhood. So you walking up on people's property who have guns and pit bulls.
Yeah. And there wasn't any special, hey, I have a car. Maybe let's not go around our neighborhood. Let's go to Canton or whatever.
Yeah, let's go to a nice neighborhood. No. There was let's go to our neighborhood. I've had guns pulled on me.
That's fucking stupid. I hate to say that about a religion, but that's really dumb. Like,
but it was, it's just it's basically the most effective method to really get the word out. And
and you're part of that community, so maybe you have a pre-existing relationship with them, so you're not going in cold. Maybe is there some level of that to it as well?
No, it's not.
Why would there be? Why make any pragmatism or logic to this? Of course not.
No, man. No matter how you spin it, it's not welcome. It's not welcome. We have a list. As a matter of fact, they have a list called a do not work list, where they have a list of addresses where we are not to go because they have requested that we do not come. I've seen people get cursed out. I've seen people go to houses that was on that list by mistake and get cursed out by the people. I mean, violently cursed out. I told y'all not to come back here no more. If you come back here again, I'm gonna have to fuck something up. Like cursing at them just because if you a Jehovah's Witness, cursing is not really a part of your vernaculars and nobody around you either, because you're just hanging in your circle with people who are
very insulated.
Yeah. So it's like, you're not. It's not a part of your daily activity. So to hear it, it kind of jars you. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of, especially being out of it for years. I left probably when I was about like 24 or something like that. So, and so
that's a late. I feel like that's a late time to leave.
Yeah, definitely, because I was really deep into it. I got baptized. I was an example in the congregation. I had good relationships. Like they were trying to groom me to be a leader in the congregation. But as I got older, I kind of I started to really look at what I was doing.
Yeah,
and it kind of going past the nostalgia, because it was just really. It was a group of my friends. Those are my friends. Those are the people that I grew up with, that I had, I still hold them dear to me today. But, those are the people I associated with. Like everybody else was in the world, but these were the people who I felt safe with, and we were going to go to paradise together, so.
Yeah.
But I started to realize that this is like, I don't want to be a leader in this. I don't want to be the person who mistreats people or condemns people because they, certain activities they've engaged in life. I don't want to be the person who has to, let them lie to them and tell them that I have a line between them and God. Like, you have to answer to me. It's like I started to realize just how wrong it is to treat people like that. And because it has a real effect on people's lives. If you disfellowship them, or if you condemn them in the congregation, you put a word out there that they're immoral, or they were involved in certain activities, and you got to live in this world too, by the way. So
that's so much pressure.
A lot of pressure, man. Just can't play sports in school. You got to go to school and fight against normal things. You got to not have a girlfriend. So, and that, that's 20 plus years of me, being scared to have sex. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a lot of programming that you have to shake off. And I think even still to this day, I have a lot of that programming in me that I have to, that is good and bad, because it may stop me from being reckless, but it may also just be too much. It's too much of a fear. It's too fear-based. You know what I mean? And that's not even really in harmony with the Bible that any religion follows. The fear-based service is wrong, quite frankly. So, it just, it is what it is. It's really created. It's definitely a wedge between my mother and I, and just my family. And I don't really, I had stopped going around them for other reasons, because we got into, I didn't get along with her husband, and so things got really serious there. So I stopped talking to them. I had left Cleveland, and I really didn't go back. And even when I was in Cleveland, I had left home when I was about 16, 17. So I didn't really even go over there, and really deal with them anyway. So it was kind of like and I didn't realize that had such an effect on me, but it did, but that's the part of getting older. You kind of get better over time. You start to have more of an understanding of things. And so now I have more of an understanding of why things are, or why I am the way I am. You know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
It's just, it's a really interesting thing. You know, like I was thinking, man, what if I had kids, you know, and I got to really kind of fight against them getting involved in that particular type of thing, and because I want them to have more of a full life than I had growing up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a really interesting dynamic that I'm examining more now as I get older.
On the flip side, though, and to kind of, I don't want to say play devil's advocate, but do you think being involved with Jehovah's Witnesses kept you safe in a certain sense, just kind of in the environment that you were in?
Absolutely. It definitely gave me some structure. You know, it was, and that's the good part of any religion, I think, and that's what needs to be focused on. It puts a level of morality in where you're making more, you know, human-based decisions. You know, do you really have to do that to keep you from having children early, to keep you from, you know, being really a criminal? You know, you're getting involved in certain things in the streets because, you know, that your conscience is awake, you're aware. So it definitely was a lot of great things about it. Those, you know, and I definitely don't focus on the negative aspect of it, but that's just the truth of it. There's the truth, and then there's always a good thing. But there's always a good thing. You know, you can say there's some, you know, good points of being in the cult. You know, you can always, you know, say, you know, you can always say, you know, and I'm not saying that that's in the cult. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's, you know, you can always pull value out of anything. You know what I'm saying?
Cults have good friendships. Really
Oh
cool.
my God. The networking is like unreal.
You are prepared for the future if this person is running things, but if they're not, you do.
Yeah. Like, I feel like some people who are in a cult the entire time, they're just like, God, I hope this guy's right.
You know, that's the
if
whole
this guy's
thing.
not right, I'm fucked.
That's it. That's the risk you taking. That's the dice you rolling right there. I hope these people are right. I hope I didn't give up, you know, something that made me happy for something that's really just not going to happen. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But you know, at the end of the day, I just don't believe that God is like that. I really think that's man's version of God that they push on people.
Yeah.
You know, because this is a being. Say, my bad. What you saying?
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say, I think from what I've read from the Bible, which is a decent amount of it, I think God is an incredibly benevolent, understanding being, and if we do our best and try not to, you know, purposely hurt people or deceive people, I think we're all going to be fine.
Yeah, like you know that the doom politics is what I call it. You better not do this or God's gonna get you and this and that. It's like, yeah, that'll apply to maybe Hitler or maybe, you know, Donald Trump. You know, that'll
just evil people.
Yeah, you know, people who not an everyday person who was going to work trying to feed their family, and they happen to have sex with a few people, but you know, that's also a natural thing to do. You know what I mean? It's like it's not abnormal. But
they just happen upon some people. They have sex with them. They go to work, get a steak. You know.
Hey, are you on your way to work? I'm on my way to work.
So am I. Let's fuck. Let's bang this one out. We got. You know, we're both a couple minutes early. Let's take care of some business.
Right, but what better way to start the workday?
Oh, of course. 7 minutes in heaven, more like 3 minutes and 45 seconds in heaven. You know.
If it's good, you know, if it's good.
Yeah, I don't need to be in there for a long time. I just need to get the job done. That's what I'm saying.
That's what anybody. I mean, if anybody, you know, smart knows how to get in and get out of there. You know, you spend too long in there, then you start having problems. Like you get your windows busted out, your tires slammed.
You get a lot of problems. Yeah, you've gotten into some problems in Ipsy. I remember you were when you were over at the Peters Mansion. You were swinging it loose, baby.
Yeah, a little bit. I had to rein it in a little bit. Just a little bit.
So when you like start actually rapping and being a guy in the rap scene in Cleveland, you're still a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah. I was sneaking again.
Oh, you were okay. All right. You're a sneaky guy.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely like. That was my weekend activity. I was going to the studio with Guard, Mike Vasquez, and I was recording with him. And then I'll be at the meetings on Sunday. And then, but no, like my friends that I hung with, they knew that I made music. I try to keep it on the low, but I was definitely like, I knew, like inside of me, I knew what I was. Even as a kid, I kind of, even like a long time ago, I kind of knew that was what I knew that's what I was gonna do. I knew, even as a kid, I knew.
Were you secretly like, hey, if I go rap and then something blows up, then this is like my excuse to get out of being a Jehovah's Witness in a weird way?
At that time, I had delusions of grandeur because I was like, yo, if I go do this and I'm successful, then maybe they'll understand and let me continue to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't, I wasn't.
You'll be like their Matis Yahoo.
Yeah. Because there are Jehovah's Witnesses that are famous, actually. There's,
Michael Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, exactly. One of the most famous person in the world. But he had disassociated himself after Thriller. But Prince was one. Prince was one at the end of his life.
So Prince came back around to?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Interesting. What a weird religion to find later in life.
Yeah, and I think he had his mother was one, so I think he knew that at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I think usually, you usually come back. Sometimes when religion is your foundation, you usually go back later. Like it's not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
you take a break, but honestly, it's not. It's just the procedure of the religion. Like you're not really. I don't think you really go away from God. Like if God is omnipotent and He's everywhere, like where do you really go? You just stop going in front of man. You stop showing man that you're worshiping, but. They don't. That's not something that's really important. You know what I mean?
I'd say I still have somewhat of a relationship with God at this point in my life. There's zero buildings involved with it, zero priests, and I have no even at this point I don't know the way the institution of the Catholic Church. I don't see me ever going back to that because it's just. It's just a horrific organization, but I would be really selling myself short if I if I let that prevent me from having a relationship with God,
Yeah, which is, the whole point anyway. That's the whole point, is to have a direct relationship. And, nobody really has any say-so on your status with God. They might tell you they do. They might say, well, we saw you doing this, so you're going to have to pay with, some kind of penalty, you're gonna have to get disciplined and stuff like that. But nobody really talks directly to God. So there's no way for you to really say that, or I don't believe it. Some people believe that they have that ability. And, if that's what makes you comfortable, with my mom, I think that's what she found when she was a young single parent. She had me when she was 17 years old, Yeah. And she found that when I was 2 years old. So that's what gave her some structure. That's what really kind of put her on the path to being serious about life. So I'm not mad at her. It's annoying. It's definitely annoying that she, that's what she leaves every time we talk. But it's like, it's okay. It's like, all right, Mom, once we get past this, we can get past the religious, you're going to give me the speech, and then we're going to get to you being a human being. Because that's ultimately what I care about.
Yeah, we're going to have something to eat, and it's all going to be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to finally cook something after you tell me that Jehovah's the greatest, which I already know. So,
I just like that even the family members of Jehovah's Witnesses are annoyed by them. I think that's a great equalizer for everyone across the board. They're like, it's annoying to everybody, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it really. I honestly think God is annoying with the process. Like hearing His name all the time coming from certain people, or just just the way people say, "Oh, God don't breathe." I guarantee you, God is like, "Yo, we gotta." I don't know who started this. Lord have mercy, politics, but we gotta cut this out, man.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't care about elections, you guys. And I have no interest in this. Just, don't do genocides and shit, and it's fine,
Fam, he's not watching us, bro. He's slavery lets me know that he wasn't watching us, because he's not gonna sit back and watch you hang multiple people from trees and molest and rape people and knock teeth out of their mouth to pour slop down their throats. And he's just like, well, I got to let that happen because if I intervene now, that's against free will. It's like, no, God would. I mean, if you look at the Bible, he sent the flood down here because they was doing opposite of what so he obviously, maybe they say the rainbow was his promise, but he said that was his promise of a flood, not his promise to let you just continuously molest humanity, and he's not going to do anything about it. So I don't really feel God watches us like we say he does. He's aware of us, but it's a vast universe out there, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just read a story the other day. They said an Israeli, it was like an Israeli cop or something like that. He was saying that, he worked at the space station, and he said that aliens exist, and they've been communicating with us for years. And I was like, yeah, I believe him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I believe him. But, they like, yo, I saw what they do to people there, so why would I expose myself so they can, tie me up and try to prod me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we just got so far to go just as a species, you know what I'm saying? So we even really ready to have these conversations about, God and spirits and aliens and stuff,
Of course, yeah. I should tell you that God is a fan of this podcast, and he does listen every week.
I'm sure.
He's a big fan.
He's anticipating this episode, actually. I think he's
he really is.
on.
He's like, are they finally going to mention me?
I think
are they going to get a shout out?
He subscribed. He has his RSS feed on Plus. He hit that button. He's like, I got to see what's going on in the world of O'Keefe this week.
I got to see what Mike's doing. I need it.
Make sure you subscribe and hit the plus button so you can get all the updates.
Yeah.
On education, some education.
Yeah, absolutely. God smashes that subscribe button. He smashes it.
If you want to be on God's good side, you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
He's gonna bless you.
Leave a comment and a review and give us 5 stars. So with all this, you're a secret rapper and a Jehovah's Witness, which is taking you to strangers' doorsteps for you to try and convert them.
Yes.
Do you think this is why you were so good so quickly at stand-up comedy, you asshole?
Well, you said that, not me. But
no, if you were like vocal about, because you like let's dollar stones there. You were eons ahead of us the first time you started on stage, and me and Trevor, our other really good friend who made the logo for the show and will be on the show very soon.
Yeah,
we were in the back just like, what like we were dumbfounded that you were so smooth, but with all this background of like you being an MC and you like literally having to go up to people's doorsteps and ostensibly do a set for them, kind of in a little bit of a weird way.
Definitely.
What I'm saying is,
I definitely
you should have won Last Comic Standing 8 or whatever the fuck you're on.
I would have loved to. I would have had a career, and I wouldn't be, just struggling in Hollywood right now playing this Hollywood game. That would have been great. But yeah, I think that definitely had, that my life experience. Period. I think just going through certain things, just certain challenges. I think that allowed me to have a perspective because it was like, because I was always a quiet guy. Like I didn't really say much unless it was to my friends. And like I used to, laugh and joke with my friends. I'd be doing impressions to my friends and stuff. So it was kind of like, I didn't realize it was a natural progression because I just wasn't aware. Like I was just living day to day. Sometimes you're not aware of the things that affect you or what path you're going to be led on. Life is just life, man. You just, whatever, you're going to land wherever you land. You know what I mean? So it's like, I had no clue that that's what I would end up doing, and I'm really thankful that, I got a chance to do comedy because I met guys like you and Trevor, and it's been a great experience, man. It really has. So,
I mean, we like our kind of group that was hanging around when we all started in Michigan. I mean, it's pretty amazing that I would still consider like most of those guys friends. I think that's pretty rare.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like I talk to Nate Fritzen all the time. Nice. I talk to Brad all the time. I talk to McClowry a lot. Like it's this really cool thing where we it really did feel like an extension of high school to me.
Yeah.
Where we were all just like, well, we got to do an open mic because it's Wednesday, and what else are we gonna do? And I studied. I studied, and it was like it was just a real fun time, and we learned a lot, and it was man, I look back on those days very fondly. Do you look back on them as fondly as I do, Ricardo?
Hell yeah, bro. I would absolutely say yeah, because that was a time in my life I was kind of healing from certain things. You know, you guys really helped me, close a couple wounds and really kind of discover a path in life, leaving a religion, just dealing with my family just in general. So, that definitely is a very, very special era in my life, you know what I mean? And I'll always, hold it to that. And Michigan always be a place that I go sometimes to just reflect upon that, you know what I mean? Like I'm actually supposed to do Mark Ridley's the third week of January, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Are you what's your stand-up comedy intake like right now? Like, are you doing, I know LA still has outdoor stuff. Chicago's completely shut down.
Shut down all the way now.
Like there's not, like it's hard to even go outside.
Yeah. I actually, man, last night I was walking to 7-Eleven and they were doing an open mic in the parking lot across the street. So I just went over there and just jumped on the mic, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like that's any opportunity I get to get up. I didn't come to Hollywood and play the Hollywood game. Like I didn't live in Hollywood and like stand outside the store and stuff like that. Yeah. So my path to comedy is kind of different, but like I was actually more focused on growing as a comic myself. Like because I had stopped really even getting up and because I didn't know what I wanted to talk about it anymore. And I thought I was just saying dumb stuff just to, do it. So I had to go live a little bit of life. And, now I kind of have more of a perspective on what I want to say on stage. So like, I'm definitely back now, but I definitely took some downtime. So when the Corona came, it really didn't like hurt me comedically because I had really just been writing. I had just really been putting stuff together anyway. So, and I actually did some of it last night, some of my newer stuff, and it worked pretty well. So, I'm kind of there. So, I'm actually I'm okay with us being on lockdown because, people need to stop dying, so we can actually have audiences, you know what I mean? So I'm okay with the lockdown, but, when it comes back, it's just, I think comedy is just going to be in a great place when it comes back because, we've been sitting dormant for damn near a whole year, you know what I mean? So
2 months shy, 3 months shy.
Yeah.
So we backed up, we got to skeet out all that comedy on everybody.
For sure, yeah. Just the bluest balls.
Yeah, we got a lot, it's veiny, real veiny. There's a lot in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm in the same spot too, where I'm kind of in a different spot where like I had a lot of momentum in January and February, and like I was very ready to have a very good year, and there were some balls in the air, then everything just stopped, and so like it came at a really rough time, but like. 2 years ago, like when my dad was going through what my dad was going through, I had basically stopped caring. Like I was just going up. I was just working the dates I had. I was just on autopilot. So just kind of having getting, ramped up and then stopping has really made me take a step back and kind of see what I want to do. As a comic at this point. So I couldn't be more ready to go back. With that said, I don't want to do anything inside until everyone gets a shot. That's my thing. But that's just me though. And if they can, and I'm sure Mark's doing it the right way. Yeah. Mark Ridley's one of the best club owners in the history of comedy. I'm sure no one's gonna get hurt on his watch. I'm positive.
No, I don't, because he just doesn't need that bad press for one, and he just wants to. I'm sure he doesn't want for even really just have that in the club's history. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the nicest dude, and he's great. And I'll be back there when everyone has the vaccine in 2028, baby. Here we go.
We'll all be gray-haired gentlemen by the time we get.
Fucking all right. Look at that, buddy.
Oh yeah, nice. I got like 3 right there. I think I got like 3 right there.
I got lots in here. In here. No hair up here though. I shaved that. So.
It's a good look.
That's always the move. You shave it, you win it. Because the ladies like it when there's no hair there on the top.
I cut my hair very short, kind of at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe if I have to be a bald guy, let's just see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
My head is covered in bumps and knots and it looks like the surface of the moon. It's just shit sticking up. It's not good.
Yeah. My head shape is just not on board with a bald head. You know what I mean?
Got a bit of an egg thing going.
Yeah. It's not, I basically, how LL looks bald? That's how I would look. And it's like, LL, he's been parading that big ass head on NCSI or whatever that is. I don't know what show that is, but it's like, fam, I really want you to be the cop with the hat with that head out, bro. You need to be busting in the, freeze. You got a Kango.
Just a big old Kango.
Yeah.
Let him wear it, dog.
Freeze! Like a Macy's parade float is gonna shoot us. This is bad.
He just looked like the I'm Bad video, and every time he just busted it. Freeze! Hell.
You know what that guy needs? Do you know what James Todd Smith needs? He needs love.
He needs love.
He needs love.
When he's alone in his room, sometimes he stares at the wall.
I am a conscience. That's how bad rap was in the 80s.
Real bad. It was awful.
He would always, that was his move in the video. He would always be like talking, and he would put his hand right there on his heart.
You look like you're doing a TikTok dance right now, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That was LL. That's how LL was doing it, the times.
Like if you look at any female singer, they'll always put their middle finger in their ear when they're hitting a high note. That's like what LL's equivalent to that was.
Yeah. He was always doing that. That was his go-to. He needed love. He just needed love. He wanted you to know he needed love.
All right, Rick, this has been fantastic. You've been, this was great. And it's always my favorite thing in the world to talk to you.
Likewise.
And I'm so glad that we were able to get this on the books and do a recording with you. But it's not all about these niceties and hearing about your childhood and all this. We've got to do a quiz now, buddy.
Oh, man.
It is test time.
Okay.
I asked you today what your best school subject in school was. You said English. I've got some English literature-based questions for you.
Okay.
Each right answer will be $5 to a charity of your choosing. If you don't have a charity that you like to give to, I have one in my back pocket. Do you have one?
No. So
okay. My block, my hood, my city. Rick's playing for you, a great charity that helps neighborhoods here in Chicago, Illinois. Also, we have a sponsor for this. They don't know they're sponsoring it, and it's also my place of work, and I'm going to let them know, and hopefully they'll retroactively give me some money.
Yeah.
But this is sponsored. Yeah, right. This is sponsored by Trivia Hub. Trivia Hub is your full-service online trivia destination. Whether you're looking for a fun team-building exercise to boost office morale and teamwork, or a fun, inexpensive way to have a family party online, Trivia Hub is your go-to. Check us out at triviahub.io. Cool. Are you ready, Rick?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Here we go. Question number 1. What does the prefix poly mean? What does poly mean?
I believe it's of.
Say that again. Sorry.
Like of something, like you're of something, like Polly. Ooh, that's a man. I haven't heard that in a long time. That's a good question. Polly. Let's see, poli-sci, so like you're of, like if you were poli-sci, it's of science.
That would be, so that's P-O-L-I?
Poly.
This is P-O-L-Y.
Poly, okay. You would be a parrot, right?
A parrot?
Polly is a parrot, isn't it? Okay, I don't know.
That's not correct, but
I want to give points for that still.
we're going to give him that one. We're definitely going to give him that one. It means many.
Yeah,
polyamor is many.
Okay. You know what? And this is exactly what I did in school. I found out a way to wiggle out of giving the correct answer with an answer that you couldn't deny.
That is what I've done post school. So we're gonna give you points for that.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
5 on the board. It's like a parrot, you know.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong at all.
It's not wrong. I'm not gonna say that that's wrong. And if you were in my class and you said that, I wouldn't get mad. So, all right. Here's question number 2. What Italian Renaissance writer, diplomat, and Tupac influencer said it is safer to be feared than loved?
Ooh.
What Italian Renaissance writer, diplomat, and influencer of Tupac said it's safer?
Machiavelli.
There you go. Machiavelli.
Yeah. Machiavelli.
Nice. Good work.
Yes. There's something in
it. What'd you say?
There's something in his head. It's not a lot, but it's something.
All right. Here's number 3. What the book Don Quixote was originally written in what language? Don Quixote.
I'm going to say.
In what language?
Can we say Spanish?
You're correct. It's Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish. 3 for 3. Here's number 4. What state did Tom Sawyer live in?
Ooh. State. Kentucky?
Oh, no. It was Missouri.
Oh.
That's still good, though. It's still solid.
Yeah.
3 for 4 so far. That's very good.
Okay. I like the numbers.
That's a solid night from the field. I never shot 3 for 4 in my arms down basketball team.
Hey.
Not even when you were playing center, Mike?
Never. Here we go. This is the last question. This will be for $20 to my block, my hood, my city. What is the subtitle of the first Harry Potter book? What's the name of the first Harry Potter book? Recent literature.
Damn, a Harry Potter question. Shit. The name of the first Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
Nerd Magic, maybe?
Guess.
Judges? No, it's not Nerd Magic.
Can I take a guess before you say it?
Yes.
Is it the Sorcerer's Stone? Is that the one?
The first, it's not. Maybe it is. I think the first one's the Chamber of Secrets.
Wait,
I've never read or watched any of them.
Me neither. So here's my relationship to the Harry Potter books. Never did anything with it. Yeah. The Harry Potter movies. Every time I'm gone, every time I'm gone.
That's tour date.
For the to go do a show, I'll always come back. And Mal's watching a Harry Potter movie.
All right.
It's very weird.
The
first one is The Sorcerer's Stone, by the way.
Yes. Does that mean, did I get that right? 4?
You did. You got that one right for Ricarlo.
Ricarlo, yeah.
So Rick, we're donated $20 to my block, my hood,
Nice.
my
nice.
city.
Yeah.
Attaboy. Good
Nice.
work, buddy.
Yeah.
This was a joy.
Yeah, it was. It was great, man. This was really fun. This is the fun I had, or most fun I've had on any podcast so far, to be honest.
Well, I had a lot going for me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the top
10 years of
education
friendship.
podcast on the internet. So
Yeah, for sure. You got a nice quiz at the end. This is definitely, this podcast stands out amongst the rest.
I mean, yeah, that's what God says.
It's a cut above.
It's a cut above.
Is
there anything you want to promote, buddy?
Oh man, Hope You're Proud is available on Bandcamp. Find Father Flanagan. You can follow me on Twitter at Father Flanagan. Instagram, same thing. I'll be at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle in Detroit, Michigan, the third week of July. So feel free to come on out.
July or January?
January.
I meant January, and I was wishing it was July because then it would be.
I don't want you to go back home in January, buddy. That's gonna suck.
That's really gonna suck.
That's gonna be bullshit.
But I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on.
When was the last time you had No, you've been in Chicago in the winter. You've stayed with us in the winter.
I have, and yeah. It was bad. It was. I didn't show it, but it was awful. It was awful, but man, bro. Remember when I had my suitcase? I had that bag walking around in the dead in the winter trying to find it.
So bad for you.
Horrible. God did not like that. I guarantee you.
One of my favorite experiences watching the Super Bowl is still when we saw wrestling at that brewery and then we watched the Super Bowl. That was like an all-timer. That was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was great.
Nothing crazy happened. It was just a fun day with friends.
It was just a regular good day.
Anyway, Rick, thank you so much. You're the best. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for doing the show. Before we leave, Ken Hamlett, the headmaster, needs to give us a grade.
Needs me as what? I need to give a grade. I'm the headmaster. I oversee all the things education, smeducation, and this episode was really good. Really good. Less education in the K through 12 experience, but more education on the you didn't know this. So I'm going to give a solid A-. It was
A-.
Really good episode.
Yeah,
I learned so much. Also the whole black that is still that's still a thing to me. I don't know. Is that a Midwest thing? I don't know. There's not a lot of black Jehovah Witnesses back home. So that still blows my mind. So I'm appreciative of learning about that. So it was a good episode. Really good stories. Again, you nailed the test, and it was overall great episode.
Fantastic.
That's what that's the best grade. I haven't gotten an A in anything in years.
Not since your first Yoder one-nighter have you gotten an A.
Yeah, not even yet. That was the first and only A I got from the Yoder gig.
Awesome. Rick, thanks again so much. I'm at the Mike O'Keefe on everything. This was great. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Ass dismissed.